Et recoucou pour la vidéo YouTube. Comment vous allez? J'espère que ça vous a plu. Du coup, me revoici pour la nouvelle vidéo. Alors du coup, oui, par rapport à ça, du coup, comme j'avais dit, je fais des vidéos YouTube. Et en même temps, je fais le stream et puis des vidéos YouTube. Et bienvenue aux 4 personnes. Non. Aux 4 personnes qui sont sur le stream. On va leur dormir. T'as pas des munitions à me donner, toi? Ouais, c'est pas... C'est pas ouf, mais c'est mieux que rien quand même. Moi, je l'avais pas vu. Je l'avais pas vu du tout. Oula! Je pensais qu'il dormait en fait. Je pensais qu'il faisait dodo. Ouais, il faut arrêter. Eh les gars, il faut arrêter. Allez, soulève-toi. Ah. Comment se faire laminer pour rien? Ah là, je suis nul. Ah, mais je l'avais pas vu venir, lui. Et... Moi, je pensais qu'il dormait, en fait. Je pensais qu'il y en avait un qui dormait, en fait. Oh, c'est pas grave, hein.
We have sealed the stern hatch.
Alright.
The lift is also under our control.
We're on the foredeck, about to descend to the holds.
Sir, the Marine Commander has started his speech already.
We will complete the preparations before the end of the speech.
All communications to the holds have been severed. No one is aware of our presence.
Let no one down into the holds until we are out.
Yes, sir. We will secure your exit with our lives if necessary.
There is one more thing.
Yes, sir.
My daughter, keep her safe.
Yes, sir.
Who goes there?
Et voilà. Elle sort. Tu vois la matrice. Voilà, c'est fini. Il joue à la matrice. C'est bizarre quand même que quelqu'un referme la porte derrière moi, qu'il ne tue pas.
Who goes there? Oh, Shalashaska. Why are you here? We thought you were with the Colonel. What the?
On slot, il a toujours été comme ça.
The Colonel will be joining you soon, comrade.
Snake, are you in yet? Have you made it to the holds?
It's taking longer than I expected. We've already passed the Verrazano Bridge.
All right, we'll use another recovery point.
They may be planning to change course.
What?
The exits to the deck are all sealed.
What are they planning?
If they get Metal Gear, we're going right off the fringe.
You're all familiar with the Shadow Moses
The men down here are definitely Marines.
The current state of nuclear...
If the deck is sealed off, they have no way of knowing that the ship's been taken over.
I'm not interested in fighting these guys. The weapons won't do me much good here.
Can you see Metal Gear?
No. I'll have to go around to the bow. They have some serious defenses here. I doubt the recent arrivals want to blast their way through the Marines either.
Wonder where they're headed.
I don't know. Not the beach, that's for sure.
Okay, Snake. Let's go over this one more time. Use this camera to get photographic evidence of the Metal Gear prototype. Now do your thing and take pictures that speak louder than the government's plausible denials. We need 4 shots. Metal Gear from the front right, and front left, and a close-up of the Marine Corps marking.
Marking?
There should be a Marine's insignia on the body of Metal Gear. Just let someone try explaining away a clear shot of that.
All right.
There's actually one little thing.
Just spit it out. I'm used to things going wrong.
It looks like someone's monitoring our transmission.
Who?
I don't have a clue. All they're doing is watching. It would creep me out less if they tried to interfere with our communications.
Could it have something to do with that cipher we saw?
Maybe. I've switched the encryption protocol for our burst transmission for now. What I want to do is use a different method for sending these photos, just in case.
Instead of using the codec?
Exactly. There's a workstation in the southeast corner of the block where Metal Gear is housed. I've made arrangements so that you can send the pictures from the machine.
Arrangements?
I hitched a ride on Link 16 into US military's proprietary network. Managed to get into that workstation and overwrote a part of the system software so I could remote install a little app I wrote.
Why bother with anything that complicated?
No, it's pretty simple, really. Look, all you have to do is stand in front of the machine and push the action
Ouais.
button.
Bon, du coup, je vais couper ça aussi parce que c'est ça. En fait, il explique qu'il faut aller à la machine, qu'il faut insérer le CD avec le l'espèce de truc pour prendre les photos, pour lui envoyer et tout. Du coup, c'est relou.
Countermeasure to these pirated weapons forces.
On prend la
The only thing that
caméra.
can stand up to a
On va
Metal Gear is, of
descendre.
course, another Metal Gear. With Ray, the hundreds, if not thousands, of Metal Gears that exist all over the world are no longer a threat. The blind rush to nuclear proliferation will be contained, and it will be the Marine Corps and our
Elle aime
Ray
pas ici.
that will accomplish this. At the moment, every
d'accord.
industrialized nation on the globe knows the specifications for Metal Gear. Worse yet, so do a number of rogue states. They are all working on deploying their own Metal Gear force to compete with the US's nuclear strike capability. The world is about to see a swarm of these Metal Gear derivatives. Ours is not the only military project devoted to Metal Gear development, but it cannot be more different in nature from the Navy's. Theirs is a program that will add fuel to the uncontrolled fire of nuclear proliferation. It is a fact that players in favor of such a policy are attempting to derail our own Ray project. But I promise you that they will not succeed.
Je passe une fois. Je crois que c'est 2, je crois.
This weapon will render all other Metal Gears obsolete. Nations building up their own Metal Gear force will think twice about their nuclear strategy in the light of the military dominance spelled out by Ray.
Kojima, c'est un malin de faire ça.
New world order, and we, the Marine Corps, will play a central role in its military affairs. Some say that the strategic importance of aircraft carriers will be reduced by the completion of Ray. The opposition from the Navy is an undeniable fact. There is a lot of pressure from Navy brass, especially those with submarine and air background.
Deuxième.
Not to mention interference from a...
Je crois que c'est le dernier. Ouais. C'est le dernier.
You're all familiar with the Shadow Moses incident during the Sears administration. The current state of nuclear proliferation is a direct result of that event.
Metal Gear.
Je crois que c'est 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. C'est 5 photos si je me rappelle bien.
But this project is vital to the Marine Corps. The enemy is sometimes closer to home than you think, gentlemen. Always bear that in mind. Must be tense. Let's do a little stretching, shall we?
Good.
Good.
Left. Up. Left. Right. Left. Right. Getting back to the topic at hand. I have a daughter, and it is my greatest wish never to have her or her children experience the horror of nuclear war. As a father, I want to leave a better world for the future generation. As a soldier, I know that is my duty. Metal Gear Ray is amphibious. Unlike the Army's Rex, it can cruise deep underwater, move in undetected and make its landing on any shoreline. Its onboard Joint Tactical Information Distribution System identifies targets with unerring accuracy and takes them out with massive firepower. It is the ultimate weapon, and it is yours to guard. I'd like you all to think about what that means. The National Missile Defense Program was initiated in the end of the 20th century, projected to completion in 2005. However, the NMD trial conducted in the year 2000 was a complete failure, and the success of the 1999 trials is now considered a chance happening. There was no technological solution in sight, and the program was already attracting strong criticism from Russia and China for its potential violation of the anti-ballistic missile agreement. The fact that any development in missile defense would trigger accelerated weapons development has been pointed out from the very beginning. President Xi has forced the NMD proposal through and succeeded in deploying the program.
All right.
It was a military interest with plans for the...
Oh, je crois que c'est fini, hein. On va aller voir ça. Une plaide. Tempête. Auto-yoga.
So, any codec moments from you, Snake?
Ouais. Vas-y, ça c'est bon. Celui-ci elle est bonne. Celui-ci elle est bonne. Celui-ci elle est bonne. Nickel. Tout est bon.
We, the Marines, will lead the charge into a new world order with Metal Gear Ray. That is all. Dismissed.
En paix. Oui, chef. Par contre, la cinématique là, elle est longue. On va faire prévenir.
Excellent speech, my friend.
Who the...
Gift of the silver tongue. They say it's the mark of a good officer. And of a liar. Americans are too in love with the sound of their own voice to speak the truth.
Identify yourself.
I am Shalashaska, also called Revolver Ocelot.
What do you want?
This machine will be quite useful.
What are you planning to do? Steal this thing?
Steal? No, I'm taking it back. Nobody move. Understood? This ship now carries enough Simtex on its key structural points to blow it out of the water at the touch of this button. That's right. No one has to die needlessly. At the target. Get a move on.
intend to do with Ray? Sell it on the streets?
I was raised in Snezinsk, formerly known as Chelyabinsk 70, the nuclear research outpost.
What are you talking about?
After the Cold War ended, my home was bought out by the Americans.
Is there a point to this sad story?
Now you would understand. Land, friends, dignity, all sold to the highest bidder, the United States of America. Even the technology that gave birth to these weapons is Russian, developed by us.
What do you intend to do?
Russia will rise again. And Ray is the key.
I regret to inform you that I have no intention of selling Metal Gear. As I said, I came to take it back. Yes, returned to the Patriots.
The Lale Lule Lo? How's that possible?
Ocelot, have you sold us out?
I was never in your employ, Gurlukovich.
Are you still in league with Solidus?
No hard feelings, Colonel. Mother Russia can rot for all I care.
Since when, Ocelot? When did you turn?
I'm glad you noticed, comrade. I abandoned her during the Cold War. Metal Gear only has room for one! Gurlukovich, you and your daughter will die here.
Damn you!
Sergei, looks like you were long overdue for retirement.
Traitorous dog!
Show's over. If you wish to live, I suggest you run now. This ship is still in the lower New York harbor. You may yet make it to shore if you swim for your life.
It's been a while, brother.
Who are you?
You know who I am.
Liquid?
Not so young anymore, eh, Snake? You're drowning in time. I know what it's like, brother. No wonder Naomi passed you over for the Fox Dive program.
Ouch! Get out of my mind, Liquid!
traits of physical prodigy. Few more years and you'll be another dead clone of the old man. Our raw materials are vintage, brother. Big Boss was in his late 50s when they created his copies. But I live on through this arm!
Liquid's on.
What it takes after all! You're going down, Snake, with this tanker!
Sacrée machine quand même. Hein.
Proceeding as planned, sir. at the location we discussed. Yes, I have photographic evidence of Snake on the scene. The cipher was most useful. I look forward to tomorrow morning's news flash. I would say the Marine Corps' plans are on indefinite hold. Yes, of course, Mr. President.
Ça fait quand même un sacré raffut. Alors, du coup, on n'avait pas sauvegardé depuis, depuis le début, en fait. Première sauvegarde. « 1h22. On est temps. Du coup, voici la seconde partie du jeu. Là, c'était le prologue. Du coup, la seconde partie arrive.
Snake, do you remember the sinking of that tanker 2 years ago?
Of course.
Terrorists blow a hole in an oil tanker full of crude barely 20 miles off the shore of Manhattan. Your classic nightmare. It didn't take long for the government to put an oil fence around the whole mess. And then that massive offshore cleanup facility went up inside.
The big shell. I hear the cleanup isn't quite over yet.
It takes time, but in the meantime, the shell's become a landmark, a symbol of environmental protection.
Calling teams Alpha and Bravo. Deploy at the big shell as scheduled.
Approximately 6 hours ago, the big shell was seized by an armed group.
Do we have an ID?
Former members of the Navy SEALs Special Anti-Terrorist Training Squad Dead Cell. Russian private army members may also be involved. It's a highly trained group and they have the big shell under complete control.
Come in from downwind and pull up fast. Get ready to fast rope down to Shell 1. 5 minutes to ETA. Alpha, your top priority is to rescue and safeguard the President. Team Bravo, watch out for Stillman's back and get those C4s disarmed.
What are their demands?
$30 billion.
$30 billion? What makes them think they can get that much?
There was a government-sponsored tour going on at the big shell that day.
Hostages, huh?
A VIP from one of the major conservation groups, and one from our own government. The most important person in a sense.
The most important person?
James Johnson.
The President?
Unless the demands are met, the terrorists intend to blow the big shell out of the water.
And the crude will ignite, turning the Manhattan Harbor into an inferno.
That's not the worst-case scenario. If the chlorides being used to decontaminate the seawater go up with the oil, toxins containing catastrophic levels of dioxins will be released. In other words, the bay's ecosystem will be wiped out, and the sea will turn into a toxic soup for centuries, becoming the worst environmental disaster in history. You have 2 mission objectives. 1, infiltrate the offshore decontamination facility Big Shell and safeguard the President and other hostages. And 2, disarm the terrorists by any means necessary. You should know that SEAL Team 10 is also conducting a rescue operation.
Is this a joint effort?
No. Foxhound remains a covert body. Don't alert them to your presence. That is an order.
This is Snake. I'm now inside Strut A of Shell 1.
How are things?
We're in luck. Looks like there are no sentries posted here.
What's the visibility?
The lights on the plant's struts are functioning. I won't have to use the IR goggles.
Any problems?
There was a brand new hole cut through the oil fence. There's someone else besides me that wanted to get in badly.
That's not possible.
What about SEAL Team 10?
They landed on the roof of the Big Shell as planned. And by the way, Snake, We're changing your code name for all following communication.
What's wrong with Snake?
Just a precaution. You are now designated Raiden. All right, Raiden. You've already covered infiltration and VR training.
I've completed 300 missions in VR. I feel like some kind of legendary mercenary.
Okay, we'll skip that part. Make sure nobody sees you. If you need to, contact me by codec. The frequency is 140.85. When you want to use the codec, push the select button. When we need to reach you, contact you, the codec will beep. When you hear that noise, press the select button. The codec's receiver directly stimulates the small bones of your ear. No one but you will be able to hear it.
All right. I'll contact you if anything changes.
First, make your way to the upper section of the big shell.
How do I get up to the next level?
There's an elevator at the far end of that area.
Oh, du coup ici parce qu'il dit comment aller
The texture isn't far removed from rubber, but the material protects against a wide range of toxic substances. The suit itself has a wide array of built-in sensors. It is referred to as smart skin in military R&D. Data about damage to different regions of the body, including blood loss, is exchanged between the suit and the intravenous nanomachines to create a feedback system.
There's a lot of pressure on my torso.
Relax. The suit applies varying pressure to major internal organs to maximize performance and safeguard their functions. They call this the skull suit in Foxhound.
Skull suit seems appropriate somehow.
The hatch with a circular handle will open it.
Oh, c'est comme d'habitude, du coup. Alors du coup, c'est le seul Metal Gear Solid où tu joues une personne autre que Snake. Oh, pas le seul, c'est le deuxième, quoi. Du coup, est-ce que la bombe elle est toujours là? C'est le deuxième de la saga, quoi. Tu joues un imposteur, quoi. Un truc qu'on pouvait passer là. Si. Allez, on passe. Là c'est fermé. Ici, il n'y a rien. Ici, normalement, on peut passer. Ah, je fouille tout, moi. Je crois que Raiden, il n'a rien, il n'a pas de pistolet. Non, il n'a rien. Les barres de vie sont immenses, les barres de vie. Un truc, je me rappelais plus du tout que les barres de vie ils étaient aussi grandes. Ouais, il y a une chose, je vais passer là.
Colonel, I've sighted an enemy sentry. AN-94 and a Makarov. Those grenades, all his equipment, is Russian-made.
Must be a Gerlukovich man.
Gerlukovich?
A Russian private army that was in line to work with the Shadow Moses takeover group 4 years ago.
What's their stake in this one?
They must have made a deal, an arrangement with the terrorists. They become a band of mercenaries, an army without a country.
Capitaine Campbell, on n'a plus confiance, pas confiance en lui.
Colonel, there's definitely another intruder in here besides me.
That's not a possibility.
Not a team. Looks like a solo job.
One man.
We may not know who he is, but he managed to take care of every sentry in the area. They're all out cold. Whoever he is, he's got some skills.
We need to get an ID. But for now, you can take advantage of the situation and get to work. There's a terminal in front of the elevator, a node.
Did you say nerd?
Not nerd, node.
Oh.
Use the node to...
Ouais, c'est des réseaux. Ah, là, il explique que on peut interagir pour avoir la carte. Là, on n'a pas la carte, en fait. Et si on interagit avec ce module-là, on peut avoir la carte en haut à droite, la petite map. Ah, Kunheim, on va mettre... R. On va mettre juste R, comme ça. Mal. 80, ok. Voilà, on va mettre comme ça, là. À la Walligan. On va chercher midi à 14h. Là, il demande les variations comme au début de partie. Du coup, on met les mêmes.
Good work, Raiden.
The radar should be functioning now?
Remember your VR training sessions. The tool is exactly the same one. It maps the terrain as well as the position of enemy personnel.
Voilà, il explique comment marcher. Oh, son relou, c'est pareil, c'est la même chose que dans le prologue en fait. Parce que dans ce jeu-là, en fait,
Right. The enemy sentry.
Oui, ça je sais. Ils sont chiants. Toujours la même chose.
I'm under enemy fire. Secure the perimeter.
Stay on the lookout.
Oh, ils parlent tout le temps de la même chose. Ils disent comment tu joues. Parce que c'est quand tu le finis une fois le jeu, si je me rappelle bien, t'es pas obligé de faire le prologue en fait, le début qu'avec Snake sur le bateau, t'es pas obligé de le faire. Du coup, voilà. On va passer, ça sera plus simple. Voilà, c'est passé.
The terrorists call themselves Sons of Liberty.
Sons of Liberty?
The name of their leader is Solid Snake.
The hero of Shadow Moses? So that's why you changed my code name.
Right, but he can't be the Solid Snake. He died 2 years ago on that tanker after he blew it sky high.
Could he have survived?
Not a chance.
Colonel, I'm on the roof. There are no sentries, but it would only take one to spot me in this light.
You never had daylight VR training after all. Stay extra sharp until you can find a node to log in from.
What about the commandos?
SEAL Team 10 has landed on struts B and C.
And the President?
Seems he was spotted on strut B.
Strut B?
The big shell is comprised of shells 1 and 2. Each unit consists of a central core and 6 struts surrounding it.
So the whole thing is shaped like two hexagons connected end on end.
Exactly. And you're on the roof of Strut A, Shell 1 at the moment. First, get to a node. Log into the network.
Got it.
Du coup, voilà, on va ramasser ça. Je vais sauvegarder. Alors, du coup, on va sauvegarder. On va appeler Rose.
What's up, Jack?
Voilà, 1h37. Voilà.
Jack, do you remember what day tomorrow is?
That again. I'm sorry, but I still don't have a clue.
That's okay.
What is it, Rose? Talk to me.
I'd rather you figure it out. It's important.
How important?
Important enough? And we'll talk about it tomorrow.
Why not now?
Tomorrow seems more appropriate. I need all the help I can get so that I won't chicken out anyway.
Is that the reason you decided to be part of this mission? Okay, I'm gonna finish this thing by tomorrow no matter what.
You know I'll do everything I can to help you.
Rose, there's something I need you to do as an analyst.
What is it?
It has to do with Solid Snake. The leader of this takeover incident is claiming that he's Snake himself.
The legendary mercenary?
I need as much data on him as possible. Everything they have on him after the Shadow Moses incident.
He's dead now, isn't he?
Yes. Should be a burial record somewhere, too. You should be able to request top-level security clearance from the Colonel. That should get us into the most classified material.
I'm on it. I'll contact you as soon as I find out something.
Voilà. Du coup, pour la vidéo YouTube, c'est fini ici. Du coup, j'espère que ça vous a plu. N'oubliez pas le petit pouce. Le petit pouce, c'est si vous voulez vous abonner en même temps. Du coup, je vous dis à la prochaine. Salut!